Welcome to Winging It. We're talking about Arkham Horror the card game organization today. A really exciting topic with dynamic decisions, and no, it's actually kind of boring stuff. But for whatever reason, we love to talk about this in the community. Not do we enjoy just about talking about the game and the decisions, but we actually like talking about our storage solutions. And I've talked a little bit about my bling before, but never how I organize my collection. And I actually think that what I do is slightly different than most people. Although I think most people fall into like the binder or box, category, and I fall into the binder category. This video came about because I was on the Mythos Busters Discord, which if you're not on there, you should be. It's a great place to talk about Arkham. But I was talking to Sean, one of the Mythos Busters, and he was just asking how people who play with binders do it. How do they construct their decks? And it just seems like it would take a long time. And I started off with a box. I started off with the very first box, the original core set came in, not the revised core set, but the original, and then I moved over to a big kind of Hobby Lobby box, and I had all of them in there, and then eventually I decided I just wanted binders. I thought I could do better with binders, and so I really like that. I also tried a couple different organizational methods with binders, and this is where I think I go for a little bit unique. Is that I started off by doing assets. I organize by class. I think most people do, but then I started doing assets and events and then skills, and I just didn't like that, and I ended up opting for alphabetical. So if you look, here's a binder. I have 3 binders. This binder has my secret cards, and it has my rogue cards. Survivor cards, sorry, and they're all alphabetized, and you can see where I have slots out. These are cards that are already in decks. I have, because I'm ridiculous, I have at least 2 of everything. I actually have 4 original cores and a revised core. So, but I build lots of decks because I do my videos. I play with multiple groups. I play with my wife, and we like to be able to share a card pool sometimes. So this is kind of how I organize my stuff. I have 3 binders. I have 2 classes in each one. The 3rd binder I have rogue, and then neutral, and then multi-class cards. So this is how I store mine. And what I do is I build my decks on ArkhamDB. When I'm, or actually usually Arkham cards when I'm, in the bathroom or waiting for the doctor's office or, whatever. And then I just pulled these cards. Now, bringing back to talking with Sean, is he asked, like, how long does it take you to build a deck? And I was like, well, I think I can construct my deck. If I've got it already built, if I've got it pre-built on ArkhamDB, I can construct my deck in about 10 minutes. He expressed some disbelief, and the reality is I actually don't know. I've never timed myself. So I'm about to time myself, and I decided I'd make a video doing it. And, since people like to see videos, I just thought I would, I make videos, might as well do it. Now, I'll talk a little bit about before I get started. I sleeve all of my, I keep all my decks in that are built in color coordinated because it's cool. I have these Boulder 40 card deck boxes from Ultimate Guard, and I actually keep 33 cards plus a blank sleeve, or sleeves plus a colored sleeve plus a blank sleeve. Now, if I'm constructing a deck that like Safina or something else that doesn't conform, then obviously I would have to go grab some more some more sleeves for that. But this is, it serves me well enough. I also, because I know this deck, I also have 3 gold sleeves that are used. 2 of those are for permanent. 1 will be for Essence of the Dream. And so I've already got those, kind of set aside. And then, of course, the clear sleeve. These are Dragon Shields, because I like the gold and Dragon Shield. These are Katanas, which have a nice tight fit. I love them. And this clear is a Dragon Shield as well. I used to sleeve all my stuff in Dragon Shields, my player cards in Dragon Shields, until I switched to Katanas. They're just a really nice fit. They fit snugly, and they actually have a very similar fit to the Titan Shield that I use for my encounter cards, but they're a little bit sturdier, but they also are more expensive. So anyway, this is I took those out of my deck box. I'll set it aside because I'll be sleeving all these. I won't be drawing my weakness yet, so I'll have 1 card left over for my weakness, but then I'll go to ArkhamDB and actually, I'll use the Arkham Cards app. I will go in. You can go to the edit. You can organize them by class and by name. So that's how I've got this deck organized. And I'm not going to be talking about this particular deck, the reasons why I'm taking this. This is Zoe and Daisy on hard, going through Edge of the Earth that I'm going to be playing. I'm not doing a video series over that. That's just playing for fun because I take them through everything. You guys don't want to see every Zoe Daisy campaign I run. You'd get sick of seeing them. But I am trying a rabbit hole Daisy deck out. This is going to be the Daisy deck. Okay, so on your marks, get set. Let's go. All right, so we're going to grab Daisy. I'm going to use, I like the alt art that we got for Invocation. I didn't go to that Invocation, but I did get it from a friend. And then I'll get her signatures. So we pulled those out. All right, I guess we'll just keep those up there. All right, now I'll just go down the list alphabetically. So we have 3 copies of Astounding Revelation. So I will grab those. Okay, we have 2 copies of Deduction. I'm going to get the nice new art from the revised core. So I got 2 copies of Deduction. I've got 1 copy of Dream Diary and Essence of the Dream. We're going to pull that Essence of the Dream out beside because that's going to be sleeved in a gold sleeve so I can easily find it. 2 copies of the Level 0 Encyclopedia, obviously Level 0 because this is a Level 0 deck. Then we've got 2 copies of I've Got a Plan, which is the way the alphabet works. 2 copies of I've Got a Plan. Okay, 1 copy actually of Logical Reasoning. All right, scrolling down. 1 copy of Medical Texts, Don't Judge Me. But here's 1 copy of Medical Texts. Oh, there's a new alt art, isn't there? That's the new alt art. I'll grab that. Docking my time a little bit, but hey, you know, it's a different picture of a book, so might as well use that. Okay, we've got 1 copy of Mind Over Matter. All right, 2 copies of Old Book of Lore, because of course we all love Old Book of Lore and Daisy, don't we? All right, 2 copies of Practice Makes Perfect, which is, again, with the way the alphabet works. 2 copies of Practice Makes Perfect. All right, 2 copies of Wit and Green. So we're going to just jump here to the end. All right, and that's all my secret cards. So now we're going to jump over to... This is my, I have my Mystic. So we've got Down the Rabbit Hole. Okay, which is informing a lot of my different choices here. So, alphabet, Down the Rabbit Hole, right here. Okay, setting that one aside because it won't go in the same color sleeve. 2 copies of Enraptured. Right here. Throw those on there. Okay. 1 copy of Fearless. So Logical Reasoning and Fearless are my horror healing here. 1 copy of St. Hubert's Key. So jump all the way over. It's the S's. I don't remember if I actually did this ST or SA. I guess it's ST, which it should be if I'm going to conform to this. I actually don't play St. Hermit's Key very much. So maybe I did put it at S. This is kind of embarrassing. Okay, it would be, oh, St. Hermit's Key. Here we go, 1 copy. That's going to dock my time a little bit. Okay, 2 copies of Word of Protection. Grabbing those. Okay, and that's it for that. We got Daisy's tote bag. We need to use some neutrals. So I keep my neutrals in here with after my rogue cards. We've got In the Thick of It. GH In the Thick of It. Here we go. Putting that in there. That's actually a permanent. Okay, and then we have 2 copies of Perception, because of course we do. All right, there's my Perception. Now we're going to go to multi-class cards. We have 2 of medical student. Medical student. And we did, because we took in the thick of it, we can grab sleuth. So we'll grab sleuth, which is here. All right, got sleuth, and we have random basic weakness, but we're not pulling that now. So that is those are my cards. Now we're going to sleeve the permanents. Well, permanents and Essence of the Dream, but it's not in your deck. So I sleeve them in a different color so I can just keep them aside and not accidentally shuffle them in. So now we're going to go ahead and just sleeve all of my cards into these nice katana sleeves. Have one upside down there. And like I said, I won't be doing my random basic weakness because I will be doing that right before I play the campaign. That's kind of the ritual there. Use tote bag, we put in her, and there we go. We're done. That's Daisy. We got her weakness. We got her. And yep, I didn't see exactly what the time is, but I'm sure that was less than 10 minutes, as I told Sean that it would be. So that is my constructing a Daisy deck. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you the deck that I deconstructed before this, which was how I deconstructed Norman to play this deck. So let's go take a look at that. Okay, so here I have a Norman deck that I'm going to go ahead and break down, and we'll see how long that takes. This is actually, I'm recording this first because I am going to use this deck. After this deck, I'm going to assemble my Daisy deck. But for the sake of the video, it makes sense to show deconstruction after construction. Also, this is from the Edge of the Earth campaign. So I've already removed all of the spoiler cards that I could have earned, so that there's no spoilers in this video other than Edge of the Earth player cards. All right. So I'm going to take Norman out of his box. I'm going to unsleeve all the cards. I'm going to put them in rows alphabetically, so that I can then by class, so that I can then pop them into the proper binders. So that's how we go back from a deck into a binder. All right. So let's get started. We'll start the timer. All right. So here's the deck. Okay. Norman himself is just his own investigator thing, so we'll just put it here by himself. All right, and then we'll start getting. We have deny existence. I'm gonna put that. Mystic card, deduction. Okay, different row. Mind over matter. Deduction should go over here. Mind over matter somewhere in the middle. Earthly serenity. This will be a multi-class card, so I'll put it up top row. We have foresight. Holy Rosary. I'm not going to discuss this deck. That's it functioned. If I was doing Norman again, I would probably build it differently, but it definitely worked well. I was happy with how he and Winnie did. All right, perception. So I keep the multi-class. I put the multi-class and the neutrals on the same row. But because usually there's not that many of them, but they do go into separate sections in the binder. Let's see, P. Okay. Stargazing. Oh, I have the stargazing and I have the stars are right. I keep those together. So I actually have 2 of those. So we'll just put those in one big pile there. Okay, I got guts. Goes before Holy Rosary. We have a weakness. I just kind of throw this off to the side somewhere, because it goes in its own category. I don't actually keep those in binders. Okay, you've got the Perception. Okay, Astronomical Atlas. It's an A. Enraptured. Don't judge me for taking that in Norman. I like Enraptured. Okay, there's Dr. Mullen Christopher. I do do the D because that's how it's sorted in Arkham cards, the app I use. We got his signatures, goes under him. We have Astronomical Atlas. Again, starting to get the repeats. Okay, Shribbling, it goes before Stargazing. That's the way the alphabet works. There's an existence. Another Dr. Mullen Christopher. We have Blur, which is really good in Norman. I mean, it's just a really good card in general. I honestly hadn't even realized how good it was until I listened to a podcast from Drawn to the Flame, and Sean was in there. They were talking about it. Oh, man. Yeah, I was like, wow, it's a really good card. All right, so here's all my sleeves. So I'll usually take these sleeves. I'll count them out to make sure there's 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 31, 2, 3. Okay, just what I expected. And then I'll take the clear sleeve for the investigator deck. I'll put those back in the deck box. And then they're ready for my next seeker. Okay. So we have our deck box there. All right, so then we'll go ahead. We'll grab our seeker binder. I have seekers and I have survivors in this, and I'll put Norman. I'll just slot him in down here. You can't see it; it's off camera, but slot him in down here. And then we'll grab our deduction. We page through. Okay, and we have a nice little spot for that. Dr. Mullen Christopher, slotting him in. Sorry you can't actually see this. It's just not... I guess I can push all these up so you can see it. The process. Okay, so there's my binder. Okay, so we have the Mind Over Matter. Is slots in right there. And we have the shortcuts. Slot in right there. All right, so now we're done with this binder. We go on to Mystic. I have Guardians of Mystic in one binder. And we'll go ahead and grab our Astronomical Atlas, which is right here. Deny Existence. Level 5, right here. We have Enraptured. Man, doing it live makes me get kind of freaked out. Okay, Foresight is right here. Guts. Holy Rosary. Up here. Do I not have... You know what? I think I have multiples of that due to how many cores I bought. So I usually try to fill up early first. Okay, we have Parallel Fates. This is the leveled up one. Our level 3 Shribbling. There are 2 copies of Stargazing, which amounts to 4 cards. Because I've got 2 of every pack, I actually have. And I kind of keep 4 in a pack. I've got 2 there. Okay. More level 2. We have Winds of Power, which goes on the next page, right? No, it's right here. Down here. All right, there's Winds of Power. Last is going to be my Rogue and Neutral. So we don't have any actual Rogue cards, so we'll just flip to the back for a Neutral. Perception here. And I believe that's correct, because I believe I have that many copies. Sometimes I forget how many copies I have of things. Okay, and then, let's see, we have Blur. Level 5 goes here. We have Earthly Serenity. It's right here. And then the weakness, I actually do not keep my weaknesses in binders. I have big stacks so that I can shuffle and draw them. So yeah, that's under 10 minutes, as I claimed to Sean that it would be. So that's how quickly it is to deconstruct the deck and put it back, and then it's all set for me to go pull my Daisy deck, which I'm about to do. I do hope you enjoyed watching. It was not exactly stellar strats or anything here, but organization is something people like to talk about, so that's how I do it. I will see you next time on Winging It.